Welcome to Madam X. Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Hello. This is
Chris. How you doing?
Hi. Roxy.
Maxine.
Maxine. And Bret. Bret. Now, what's your surname?
Kaiser.
Kaiser. Why is that?
Because I'm an emperor and a king. I don't know. Kaiser, that's my surname, last name.
Last name. Now, right, we've got to start again. For start off, I mean, the two girl musicians have been compared with the Van Halen brothers. That's right.
Alex
that must be quite nice. Yeah.
I'm compared to Alex. She's compared to
Eddie. Can't be bad. Now, you were on the road, first of all, for about 2 years, weren't you?
Yeah.
Before you got discovered.
Actually longer, yeah. About 2.5 years.
Longer. Was that hard work?
It's hard every night.
Yeah, because, I mean, you'd have like 4 and 5 sets a night, apparently, didn't you?
Yeah, that's true.
Sets a night.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Okay, we'll come back to you later. And girls, now you had male chauvinists, apparently. They weren't going to accept you at first.
Yeah, and the agents in Michigan, especially. They went into girls playing music and they wanted them to sing with no clothes on.
Is that for real? Because you hear about these things.
Yeah, I know, and it's true.
Yeah?
It's true. It happened to us.
Mind you don't wear much anyway on stage,
No,
do
we
you?
don't. This is just normal for me.
This is your day dress, yeah.
But I'm still wild.
We get arrested if we wear other stuff on the street.
Crikey, I imagine, yeah. So what about the jealous bands? Because I hear they've been sort of letting down tires and all sorts. Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, what happens is there's a cool band in every state, you know, but when Madam X came to their state, we would be the coolest. So the bands that would be the top band in that state would be warming us up. So they'd be like, who's these guys, you know?
For real?
And we'd be so cool that the people would just flock to come and see us, you know, where it would take them months and months to build up that kind of following. So what they would do is they'd slash our tires,
No.
put gasoline in our diesel fuel tanks, you know, on a semi, because we traveled with a giant semi full of sound and lights and the biggest.
Okay, so how did you manage to afford all that stuff?
Stole it. No, we stole it. Just working hard, you know. You set a goal for yourself, you go for the goal, and you get there. You know, it's just one of those things.
You don't eat. You don't eat. You obviously all get on well together. I mean, you've lasted like that. To come through that and still be together must be something. I mean, you get record companies saying they're going to turn up for gigs and they don't.
That was a bunch of bunk from the club owners, because when Madam X came into town, it demanded so much attention. It was such a fiasco that I mean, we'd have like the best turnouts. You know what I mean? And they loved the business that we were doing. So to keep us from going to a different town, I mean, we were in a different town every night. They would say, yeah, we got Geffen Records coming down. We got Atlantic Records coming down to see you guys tonight. And these people would never show up. You know what I mean? They just did that to keep us in their club so they could have a sold-out audience. Or so, you know, so just one of those things. You have to pay your dues, and we did.
It's rock and roll.
And here we are.
Because, I mean, how long have you had this image?
What image?
What image?
What image?
Because actually, do you know what? It's quite, I mean, you're going to hate me for this, but this is quite punky, isn't it? Especially the girls, especially you, Maxine.
I don't call it punk.
No? With the hair and the... No?
Fashion.
It's called the Maxine
Sure, it's fashion.
So we've never seen real punk. I've seen punk the other night. I went to your embassy club out here. Now that was
real punk.
people walking around like this, you know.
Fan heads.
Fan heads. Well, from punk to rock, we've got to look at your video now. This is Madam X, in high school. For goodness sake, Bret, go and sit down. What are you like? I hear Rob Halford from Judas Priest played with you.
Yes, as a matter of fact, he lives in Phoenix, Arizona when he's not in England. Yeah. And we were playing out there in a club, and he walked in through the front door, and we were like, Rob Halford from Judas Priest. And he sat in with us one night, and he liked it so much that he came back a second night and a third night in all his leather gear and stuff and sat in with us.
Really? Was this much before you got discovered?
Yeah, this was about what?
About a year before.
Yeah. It must have encouraged you.
Oh, yeah.
Because you too, I mean, you had a classical background, didn't you?
Since we were like 10 and 11 years old.
Yeah, what sort of things were you playing?
All classical, symphonic, orchestra, music. I played flute, she played clarinet.
Right.
And we wore the black skirts, you know, down to here.
Hair in the bun.
White shirt.
So, like, you were doing that at school and then going out and doing rock
gigs
at
and then
night?
at night time we'd run to the bathroom, change into our gear. Like, drive to the club, yeah.
What made you sort of change to rock music then?
Fanny.
Hey?
We saw an all-girl band called Fanny.
Oh, yeah.
That's not big out here.
Yeah.
We saw an international rock show in Detroit.
Yeah.
And we were just little girls, and we thought, like, wow,
Yeah.
blow me away. Playing hard rock.
And that changed you?
Yeah.
Because you're, I mean, on stage, I mean, you get all sorts of things thrown at bras and pants and stockings, and that's just the men.
And,
I mean,
yeah, they're ripping their pants over there. Like,
yeah.
We now have
look
those
what I got.
we now have those articles on scratch and sniff display in our Madam X museum.
Look, I tell you what, we've got Kiss coming up now. This is Lick It
Oh, I
Up.
love Kiss.
Kiss.
That was Kiss with Lick It Up.
Oh, Maxine, you're vile. Chris, apparently when you met the two girls, you were juggling 3 other jobs when you started.
Yeah, 3 other jobs.
What, and doing the gigs at night?
Yeah.
How do you manage that? What jobs were they?
I was a welder, I was a cook, and I unloaded tractor trailers, semi-tractor trailers. And well, rock and roll is like, gives you this energy and this desire to do things. So I was like Superman, you know, I just had something I had to do, and I got it done, you know.
So how many hours sleep were you getting?
Not much. In between sex and all the work, you know.
Now, apparently you've got all bumps on your head where you bash your guitar on it. Is that right?
Yeah, Hamer Guitars just built me a break-proof guitar.
Yeah.
So it cannot be broken on my head, they say.
Because somebody in the audience apparently one night, a guy didn't believe you did it,
That's true.
and you proved it to him.
Yeah, they thought when I hit my guitar on my head that somehow I was faking it, and I wasn't faking it, and he asked me to hit him on the head, and the first time I hit him, it didn't make enough noise, you know, got to hit it hard to get the noise out of there.
Yeah.
So I gave him a good one like I hit myself, and he went down, and they took him out, and that was it.
So tell me about you getting discovered. I mean, how did that come about?
That was, we were playing gigs in Texas. It was our last lineup, and we thought, well, let's go to California and get discovered now. It's about time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it now, because we felt ready. We had our show. We had,
Well, you put the work
everything.
in.
Yeah, all the work, 2.5 years. So, we packed it all up with maybe like $1,000 bucks. Well, out here, 1,000 pounds or whatever you call it. And went to California with our semi-tractor trailer truck, 10,000 watts of PA power, 4-man road crew, and us, of course. And we were playing one club called Madame Wong's, and there was only about 20 people in that bar. And this one woman that we knew, she says, I know a place that you gotta go here in Hollywood. It's a restaurant, bar, grill, whatever. And it's called The Rainbow. We thought, okay, so we were still in our band gear, and it was about 12 o'clock in the morning, right after the show, and 12 midnight, actually.
I'll get it.
And what we did is we stayed in our band gear, which was really outrageous. The hair was really out to there, fishnets, bikinis, the whole shot, crotches hanging out.
Oh, I say.
And the whole thing.
Part two after the next video. I've got to have time to calm down after that one. This is Motley Crue coming up. This is Looks That Kill. Great. Motley Crue and Looks That Kill. Apparently you directed your video, the director of this one, is that right?
Right.
Yeah.
Marcelo Epstein directed the famous Madam X video, High and High Schools. Did Motley Crue's too, Looks That Kill.
Yeah.
And the other night, we had a very great surprise when we played the Marquee Club. Ozzy Osbourne came down.
Ozzy, he was in last week.
Yeah. And he's like, we all look up to Ozzy,
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, we're going to bite the head off of your T-shirt later on.
Oh, I say.
I'll bite his head.
Degoutants. Maxine, finish your little story about how you were discovered.
Okay, anyways, we were in the Rainbow, all dressed up really outrageous. And a couple guys from Jet Records were there, and they thought, oh my God, what is it? What are they? Where they come from? What planet? And they ended up buying him a drink and stuff because they thought he was the most outrageous because of the hair, he's got the wild hair. And they wanted to know if we were in a band. And we said, yeah, we're called Madam X. We're from Detroit and New York. And, we told him the story now that we gave him pictures and stuff. We brought it to the famous Don Arden, great manager. And Don Arden came and heard us at the Troubadour, the couple days later. And he loved the band and said we were the best band he's had since, 5 years.
Yeah. Don, I'll break your legs, Arden.
That's what he says. He says, here's the contract, sign it or I'll break your legs.
That's right.
So we did.
And the rest is history, folks. Right, here's autograph and turn up the radio.
Turn it up.
Right, I'm talking to Madam X, who are on tour at the moment. You're actually in England, aren't you?
Yeah, we're here for about 6 weeks doing various dates.
Yeah.
And Kerrang, Sound magazines, and various other rock magazines will have all the listings in them.
Right, and also Europe. You're going to Scandinavia, Holland, Germany soon, yeah?
Yeah, we're going to do Europe right after our London and rest of England dates.
Right,
Because
so
look
watch out
we're
for
coming.
those. Yeah, watch out
We're
for those
coming.
dates. Right, Chris, you've got a little question for us, haven't you? Because this is your album.
That's our album.
And which is signed beautifully. There's a few. How many have you got for us? 6, I believe.
Yeah.
As a prize, and you've got a question for us.
Yeah, and the question is, what does the girl in Dirty Girls say to Bret on the telephone? If you can answer that question, you got yourself a Madam X LP.
What does we reserve the right mean? What's that about? Because I know you do most of the writing.
Reserve the right means we reserve the right to do whatever we want, whenever we want, to whoever we want, and that's basic. In America, they have a little sign on the restaurant that says, we reserve the right to refuse service to anybody, while we reserve the right to rock whenever we want, to whoever we want, and that's the fact.
Quite right, too. Well said. Thank you very much, Chris, Bret, Roxy, and Maxine. Thanks very much. Best of luck with the rest of the tour. It's lovely seeing you.
Look out, because we're coming to your town.
That's right. Yeah, look out. Van Halen coming up. This is Unchanged.